Seneca Hampton. Where you at, boss?
What's up, Matt?
Hey. All right, bingo. It is playoff time.
It is playoff time.
So we are getting prepared pregame. We got just over an hour before kickoff.
Yep.
14 games, 13 coast teams ready to make the run. Even though there was 4 teams last week, don't really want to, just shove them aside. That is Pass Christian, Bay, and St. Stanislaus.
Right.
They ended up, losing last week. Poplarville moved on. They'll play tonight. But, yes, there's going to be some I say predictions. They're posted on the Facebook page. I'm trying to see. I guess I got to go to your page and share our live because they didn't pop up on me for me.
Let's see. It should have.
I see it on there now. I don't know why it's not. I'm going to share it now. There's my mug. How about on X? But yeah, the fans come in, ask them questions. Let me see if it's on X. Did you put it on X? Nope.
No. Because,
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
No problem. I shared it on the page. I'm going to share it to the big group, to the state page. So I'd like to welcome everybody who's getting ready for the playoffs. Even if your team is out, you still is a good time to actually go watch teams that you may not have seen, players you haven't seen. As I just shared it, we're going to run over the games tonight. Again, 14 games with 13 coast teams. And you just let me know when you got to step out or so, bingo. And
Let's get it. Something to go dip. I'll be right back.
all right. Yeah, I'll check the chat and see if there's any questions that are coming up. So, all right. So, bingo is going to get ready, playoff ready. I'm going to bring you in to give you the list of games. Everybody should know the games tonight involving a coast team. In 4A, we don't have no team in 1A. 1A was Resurrection. They did not make the playoffs. 2A, we have no coast teams in 2A at all. 3A, we had St. Stanislaus again. They lost last week, unfortunately. 4A, we had Bay. They lost last week. And Pass Christian did lose last week. In the 4A, Poplarville came out victorious at home. And Greene County, their number 1 seed that won the region, they're not technically a coast team. Let me fix this camera here, man. But still, Kobe King and Coach King, they did a great job. Unfortunately, they lost last week. So Poplarville will travel to Columbia. The rankings I have in the records, the rankings are via Max Preps, and it's in the 4A in each of individual class. So 10th ranked, Poplarville's 10th ranked via Max Preps in 4A only. At Columbia, 11th ranked. And then the 5A, you're going to have Wayne County at South Jones. They're not coast teams. I still put them in there. That's the other, because there's 8 teams vying for one spot to go to the state championship game. 16th ranked Wayne County at 10th ranked South Jones. You have 14th ranked Van Cleve at 5th ranked Brookhaven. They are the region winners. They are 5-0, 9-1 overall. 11th ranked Florence. Traveling to Stone at Perk. They play their home games at Perk. Till now, if you didn't notice or didn't see, that Stone is getting their own football field in 2026, along with baseball fields, tennis courts. So congratulations to Stone there. But 11th ranked Florence at 12th ranked Stone. That again, 5A South. And then 15th ranked Natchez will travel to 4th ranked Gaucher. Gaucher is the highest ranked team in the South. At 4th, the other 3 teams above them for 5A are all North teams. In the 6A, you have 10th ranked George County on the road at 6th ranked West Jones. Of course, West Jones are the defending state champions there. 19th ranked Hancock will travel to number 1 ranked Hattiesburg. They are 4-0, 10-0 overall are the Tigers. 11th ranked Terry will travel to 7th ranked Pascagoula. They're, of course, 8-2. They are 6-0, perfect at home this season. That is Pascagoula. 20th ranked Pearl River Central will travel 7 miles or so down the road to 4th ranked Picayune, who won the region. They're 5-0. excuse me, 9-2 overall. And then the last 4 games, which are 7A is 7A class, D'Iberville, 12th ranked D'Iberville at number 1 ranked Brandon. Again, these are Max Preps rankings for their particular class. 16th ranked Biloxi at 4th ranked Oak Grove, 9th ranked Petal at 6th ranked Gulfport, and 10th ranked Northwest Rankin at Ocean Springs, who is 8th ranked. In fact, on the way back here to the headquarters, I saw the Northwest Rankin buses heading down to Ocean Springs. That is the lineup there for tonight. Again, the games, I posted stats and individual actually game predictions, which I normally do not do for playoffs. I want all the coast teams to win. Of course, they play the first week in December. I have that pinned to the page, Gulf Coast High School football there, that they play on that Thursday, 2 games Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday there at USM. Last year it was at Ole Miss, so they did, rotate north to south there. Let me see if I have any questions. Oh, let me see. Oh, we're getting there. All right, again, Bingo will be joining us here shortly. At a step off stage left. We'll go over game by game what I have written up and who I think will win there. You can also follow us on X at Coast Football. So 10th ranked Poplarville at 11th ranked Columbia. This is their second round since 4A started 2 weeks ago, obviously. It's a second round game. The Hornets are 9-2 in the second round. They won 8 straight games in the second round, 4 games at home, 4 games on the road. So they were road tested. The Columbia Wildcats, 9-7. They won last year, round 2, and they lost in 2022. Let me switch that over here. Poplarville 4-1 in road games. They won 3 straight. Columbia 5 straight home wins. Did lose game 1 when they faced D'Iberville when they start the season. So the Wildcats lead the series 8-6, winning 28-21 in South State last year, and then went on to lose the state championship. That is Columbia. Of course, they have first-year head coach Lance Pogue. If I'm saying it right, it might be Lance Pogue, who did coach. I guess you guys can hear me. I don't know that music in the background, but we'll go with it. Let me see here. Of course, he coached at South Panola for all those years and won a lot of state championships, and now he's with Columbia. Of course, Jay Beach, 11 seasons. He's the second longest tenured coach behind Coach Sims and Pascagoula. He's 31-10 in the playoffs. That is Coach Beach. Of course, he's been to the state championship game 4 times, and unfortunately, he's lost all 4 of them. As I'm bringing up his resume there. But again, 31-10. That's the only place where he has coached is in Poplarville. Coming in, averaging 28 points per game. That is the Hornets. And Wildcats coming in 32 points per game. So again, 4-point different there. They're averaging on offense. Defense, both teams, Hornets giving up 22, Columbia giving up 21. Poplarville has played in 6 one-score games. They played in a lot of close games, including last week, and they won 5 out of those 6. As I put, that this will be a one-score game. Just don't know as far as Columbia, the passing game may be the difference here is what I did in my write-up. If Poplarville's defensive backs can hold up against Columbia's passing game. And I did pick Columbia to win 31-27. Feels like Poplarville, I may have leaned toward Poplarville. And there's one game that, excuse me, that a coast team can win, an underdog can win Poplarville, but I have to go with the stats and what I feel will happen there. That was, again, the only game in 4A. And 5A, Van Cleve at Brookhaven. The round 1 records, this is a round 1 now because 4A started 2 weeks ago. Round 1, the Bulldogs are 5-10. They lost last season But they did win in 2022, that great upset win, 41-35 at Hattiesburg. The Brookhaven Panthers, 11-17 in round one. They did win last year, 55-7 against Van Cleve. So it's a rematch from last year. The Van Cleve are 3-3 on the road. They've lost 2 straight road games there. Brookhaven has won both games played last season, 55-7, and they played way back in 2006. So just 2 games between these 2 teams, Van Cleve and Brookhaven. Of course, Coach Fant for Van Cleve, he is 1-4 in the playoffs. This is his 5th time in the playoffs. His only win coming in 2022. As I said in my write-up, that Van Cleve cannot let that loss from last week at Wayne County, because they would be hosting a game since 2015. If they would have beat Wayne County last week, they have to let that game go and get focused to play this game here tonight. The Bulldogs have won 3 straight road games, or they did, and now they've lost 3 straight road games, which is unfortunate. So they're mental. They just got to get over that hump and say that, hey, we can win this game. The Panthers run the ball, containing the quarterback, create turnovers, and cannot fall behind by 3 scores by halftime, is what I'd put. The Bulldogs cannot fall behind by 3 scores at halftime. Also, Bulldogs, Van Cleve has won 3 pretty good road games at George County, at Stone, and at Hancock, all playoff teams. So they just got to know they can do it to get that swagger back and to believe that they can get this win. We need to call Stone game next year with Wayne. That was Randy that there. I'm looking at the comments, because again, Bingo's fixing to come back and join us. He'll be going to the Ocean Springs game here tonight. Of course, at 7 o'clock, as we are at 6:03. The other game, Florence at Stone. I mean, these 2 teams are evenly matched, very much so. In round one, the Eagles are 8-8. They won last year 36-0 versus Wayne County. Tomcats 7-12 in round one. They did win last year 41-6 versus Summerall, stopping that 4-game playoff losing streak. That is Stone County. Florence does have a 2-game road losing streak, and Stone is 2-2 at home. Again, they play at Perkinson campus, where MGCCC plays their home games at. 1 game played between these 2 teams, Florence and Stone, back in 1988. It was the first round of the playoffs. Stone won 34-0. It is, of course, the 2nd season for Stone's head coach, Jacob Adcock, in his first playoff appearance. They didn't make the playoffs last year, so as a new head coach from last year, he's looking for a welcome to the playoffs there, Coach Adcock, and hopefully he can get them win tonight. I do have in my comments there that, again, there's evenly matched. The Eagles 23 points on offense and giving up 14 points on defense. The Tomcats, they're 17-17. They're scoring 17 and giving up 17. So again, I put first team to win. First team to get to 30 will win this game. I have Stone winning 30-18 in tonight's game, as Florence at Stone in the 5A South. Again, the other team is Van Cleve at Brookhaven. Another game, Wayne County at South Jones. I did not project that score, even though a fan did ask, and I did post in the comments. I would have to go look and see. I did have South Jones winning over Wayne County in one of the comments that I quickly researched. Because like with all these games, I have no insight on players that are hurt, unless it's a big name player, like we knew when Deuce was out with George County, Cornell was out with Pascagoula. So we knew that, but I do not know certain players, key players, are in or out. The last game in the 5A South, again, these teams that I've mentioned, one of them are going to represent the South in the state championship game. And 2 of them are going to go to South State. 15th ranked Natchez at 4th ranked Gaucher. Again, that's Max Preps, just for their in the 5A class. Round 1, Rutgers Natchez is 3-6. They've lost 4 straight going back to 2010. So they haven't been in the playoffs all that much here lately, but they have lost 4 straight round 1 games. Gaucher 7-10. They've won 2 straight round 1 games. They won last 3 home playoff games going back to 2022. Oh, there's Bingo there. In fact, he heard me talking about Gaucher. I was going over to Gaucher Bulldogs are 4-2 in road games. Gaucher, again, the longest home winning streak, 18-game home winning streak. That includes the playoffs the last couple of seasons. One game played between these two teams. Gaucher won at home. It was last season. They beat Natchez last season at home, 50-18. Of course, Gaucher's head coach, Marcus High, 4-3 in the playoffs in the previous 5 seasons. Led them to back-to-back South State title games. Of course, he lost both of them. I had said Gaucher are the highest-ranked team in the South playoffs and should have no problem in this game. As they say often, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. The Gators' defense has really stepped it up over the last few games, last 5 games, just allowing 11 points per game. The first 5 games, 32 points per game. So what a big difference there. Of course, competition a little bit, maybe less there. And I said add another home win to the streak. They win 38-15. Gaucher should beat Natchez. So, Bingo, what's your thoughts on that game? You're obviously bleed Gator blue or gray, depends on what color they're wearing. Gator's going to take care of business, correct? I can't hear you.
I said, my bad. I said Gators by 40. Trademark that.
There you go. Yeah, by 4. Well, I have them winning by, 23. I have them winning by 23, so they certainly could put up 40 or win by 40. With Trey Irvin. It is. So what you want to talk about? I was just rambling on like I said, I looked at one comment. I don't know if there's any other comments, but went over the lineups.
I'm finna get ready to head over that way. And
with Ocean Springs, I haven't, of course, working my way up to Ocean Springs. Coach Bramlett looking for his first playoff win. Of course, this is the second season in. They played last year and they got, I say, upset in the first last year in that first game. Yeah. So they're gonna pull off. I know you did the show with him last night. I watched, his interview. Like the film study there. He was able to mark, the players. So that was pretty good there. But I do have Ocean Springs winning tonight, 33-25. They did lose to this team in Ocean Springs there. So many weeks ago in that overtime, week 3, in that overtime game. But again, if they're in the same position, will Northwest Rankin go for 2 in overtime? I mean, again, it was a regular season game. They had a long drive back, and you go for 2, you win. If you lose, it's a regular season game, non-region game, so it doesn't even affect the playoffs. We'll see. Hopefully it's not that close, but I do have it, an 8-point game, 33-25, with Ocean Springs winning there.
That's why I'm headed tonight, Matt. I'm headed to Ocean Springs game tonight. This is gonna be the first one since the Jamboree. My daughter and them supposed to be performing at halftime, so Daddy Duty's called. So I'm gonna be at Hugh Pepper. I'm gonna go and take this little 20-minute drive up the street. Try to find some type of parking. I'm gonna tell Coach Bramlett, you should make me feel special and let me get a permanent parking spot. So I ain't gotta finagle through all that. I know I ain't that special. I did.
Yeah, I've been there on the crowd. Yes, well, of course I get there early, but yes, it definitely is gonna be crowded. You know that. So
yeah, we gonna convey right back here after I come back, because after the game I'm coming right back home. So.
All right. So you fixing to head out then, or are you gonna? I was trying to get who do you think that could pull the upset tonight? As far as can George County? I feel George County could win at West Jones.
I think George County will, and I think they're going to get things rolling again for themselves after this game.
I don't have them winning. I have them losing by 6, unfortunately. But they could win. They obviously could win George County.
They do.
So
they can't and I ain't up there.
What about in the 7A? Can Diaville beat Brandon?
Anything can happen, man. Anything is possible. I'm all cool, So if you ask me, I'm gonna be biased when it comes to things like this now, because I can't be real anymore because it hurts people's feelings. So They're not ready for that type of new media.
So you're not saying baseline this year. But I had Brandon winning 48-13. As I say, that's why I don't predict playoffs. Yeah. They had fans say, hey, please give us the scores and everything. So I kind of went through them, and I definitely hope Diaville wins. I hope Biloxi wins at Oak Grove. I have them losing at Oak Grove. But Coach Dubas, his first year here in the playoffs, and then Petal at Gulfport. I actually flipped that game. I had Gulfport. I had Petal winning that in my on Saturday, Sunday of last week. But then as it got closer, I always go back and look. And I said, man, I think Gulfport, I think they're a year away because, their quarterback and running back's a junior. But I had Petal winning 31-21, and I have switched before I made my official picks last night. Mm-hmm. And I have Gulfport winning 31-27. So it's going to be a very close game. But Coach Pennock, again, his second season there, looking for his first playoff win. I think Gulfport can win. So we shall see there. And, of course, Ocean Springs, should get the win. But, again, that's why you play the game, just like PRC at Picayune. I'm hoping, PRC, I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed close,
It's going to be a hell of a tailgate out there. I can tell you that much, man.
Yes, with them, 7 miles apart or so is what, they're close by. And, of course, Pascagoula.
That's like Pascagoula versus Gaucher.
Yes. Yeah. And they don't play that often. I know it's been dominant by Picayune. Last time, they won as far as PRC was back when they, made the playoffs. I was trying to see here what the 26. They won 7 straight against PRC, but they haven't played them in a couple of years. So we shall see. Coach, Feaster getting them in the playoffs his first year there. That's, I know it's a 5-team division, so it's kind of, I say misleading, but they still had to win. They had that long losing streak, and they won 2 games this year, not just 1. So to get them in there, and they've had 2 weeks to prepare for Picayune, figuring it was going to be Picayune who they're going to play. So that's why I think they'll keep it close, but after a while it's going to pull away. I have a 44-15 Picayune win.
I'm just glad PRC's in the playoff.
It is. I'm very glad. Again,
for the community, for them.
14 teams in the playoffs tonight. 13 will make it through because PRC plays Picayune. So unfortunately, one of them will go there. So 14 teams enter and 13 will come out. I'm hoping that more than just 1 or 2 make it out of 7A. Again, since 2015, they're 6-30. 6-30, the 7A class. And, of course, the big class, so they just have 2 years in 7A, but when they were at a big class, be it 6A and 5A, before they kept growing and went from 5A to 6A. So that's what everybody is questioning every week. Bruce Thornton on 228, that's what he's saying. Can we get more than 1 win out of the 7A class besides, Ocean Springs? But that's not a lot, but they are pretty much favored. Gulfport, I feel at home. I think they're 1 year away, but I still think they can get this win against Petal. Biloxi at Oak Grove. I say you got to limit the number of possessions for Oak Grove. Keep it low scoring. They can't get into a shootout. Either one of them, Diaville can't get into a shootout with Brandon. They lost to Biloxi last week with that carryover. They had the lead with just over a minute to go. So, and Brandon likes to pass. And Biloxi passed on Diaville. So again, anything can happen. Obviously, anything. So I'm hoping.
Ready to slide, man. You got it from here.
Yeah. What time is it? 6? Yeah, we got 15 minutes or so. I'll end it up here. But yeah, we should be. Whenever you get done with the game and make it back after you celebrate the Ocean Springs win, then we can come on. Even if there's games playing, at the end we can come on. So everybody join us back then. But I'm gonna keep it till about 6:30. So. Be safe, Bingo, on your way out there, and I'll be watching on the live stream.
All right, hold it down.
All right, Bingo. All right, Bingo is going to run off. The music has stopped. And, again, the lineup for tonight in 4A, Poplarville at Columbia, 5A, Wayne County at South Jones, Van Cleve at Brookhaven, Florence at Stone, Natchez at Gaucher, that's 5A, 6A, Pearl River Central at Picayune, Terry at Pascagoula, Hancock at Hattiesburg, George County at West Jones, and in the 7A class, Northwest Rankin at Ocean Springs, Petal at Gulfport, Biloxi at Oak Grove, D'Iberville at Brandon. And post your comments or questions. Again, the one game I did flip on before I made it official, I had Petal winning 31-21, and after looking at more stats and just, thinking what I think will happen, because again, I have no insight on player injuries, anything of that particular aspect. I have Gulfport winning, still close, 31-27 there in that game. Some of the scores I did adjust, just for those who are curious. There was not that many because I have, let me see, of the 14 games, only adjusted what we have. Terry at Pascagoula winning 36. I had a 36-25. I lowered it 36-22. Pascagoula looks to defeat Terry. Again, Terry went into George County last year. We shall see what happens this year, and really upset George County. But Pascagoula is riding high. They're a well-balanced team. That's what I put in my write-up, the best balanced overall team. They cannot let this be a big of a moment, play how they've been playing. They're at home. They're undefeated. They cannot let Terry hang around late in the game. You cannot let Terry be within the score, even, 2 scores late in the game in the fourth quarter. Coming off that emotional win at George County, not finally, because they've been alternating wins and losses, but they lost to them last year late, at home against George County, lost to home field for that first week. This year, they put it to George County and got the win, and now get to host this home game against Terry. So again, I have it 36-22 at Pascagoula winning this game. Coach Lewis Sims, he's 99 in the playoffs. Took up to the state championship game in 2012. They did lose 28-11 to Starkville. As mentioned, Panthers are 6-0 at home. Bulldogs with a 4-game road winning streak, all wins by double digits. So Terry, coming in pretty confident as well. This is the first matchup between the two teams. Terry at Pascagoula, Hancock at Hattiesburg. Excuse me. Tigers undefeated, 4-0, 10-0 overall. Obviously 5-0 at home. Hawks 1-3 on the road. Hawks are 3-5 in round one. They've lost the last 2. Their last one was 2017 when they beat Brandon 30-27. The last time they won a round one home playoff game. Hattiesburg 14-20. They've lost 3 straight round one playoff games. The last one was 2020 when they beat South Jones 50-10. Coach Neil Lawler, his 8th season, previous 7 seasons, he's had 3 playoff appearances. He has won in 3. And of course, Hattiesburg head coach Tommy Vance, 12 seasons, 6-10 playoff record. And aforementioned, he's lost 3 straight round one games. Hancock at Hattiesburg, I had that 55-13. I give Hancock a few more points, and we're going 55-18. Hancock, again, they can win, and they need some play a very good game to beat Hattiesburg. They're coming off that win at West Jones, or over West Jones last week. And speaking of West Jones, George County at West Jones here tonight. Of course, George County going on the road after that loss to Pascagoula last week. The Rebels 9-11 and round one games, losing 7 straight. They have lost 7 straight playoff games, round one playoff games. Last win 2007 in the state championship game. That was a game actually I called on the radio. Maybe it was South Panola they had played. They made a great comeback. They did lose that, but 7 straight playoff games George County has lost. So hopefully they can get it turned around against West Jones. Mustangs 18-10, winning 6 straight round one games. The last time they lost was 2017 versus Stone. George County does lead the series. Last played in 2019. 3 playoff games played. West Jones is 2-1. So out of those 13 games, they've played each other in 3 playoff games. And again, West Jones is 2-1. Coach James Ray for George County, looking for his first playoff win at George County. He's 9-11 overall in his 13-year career. He has 9-11 is his 4th year here at George County. As I put in my write-up, can George County win? Yes, George County can win. Really thinking the Rebels are ready to get that bad taste out their mouth. 49-13 loss to Pascagoula last week. QB1 Deuce Knight has to play just about a perfect game. No turnovers, limit the sacks. I know he's been running around more than he should in games, but he has to make that quick decision. Of course, Coach Ray there on the coaches show said he's just looking to get 2 more seconds for him to be able to throw the ball. So that's a matter of time that is needed. West Jones coming off that loss to Hattiesburg last week, it still may have that letdown effect. We know George County can score quickly and come back if they're down. Still, to go up big, take the home crowd out of it, just maybe the Rebels can get their first playoff win since 2007. I do have West Jones winning by 6 points, 34-28. It is a hard place up there in So-So. I've been up there a few times, but that's where West Jones plays at there. As we're winding up. And again, we will be on for the post-game show right here on Facebook, Gulf Coast High School Football, at Bingo Media, across social medias as far as on Twitter at Coast Football. As we're wrapping up, I'm going to get ready to get the live streams going, watching them. I'm going to be watching Ocean Springs hosting Natchez. That will be on the live stream there. Stone hosting Florence will be on the Facebook page. Brandon hosting the Iberville. The Iberville won't have a stream. Brandon does have a stream. You just got to look that up on Brandon on Bulldog. Their Facebook page have a link to a site. Pascagoula will have their live stream. We'll be watching that. I think that's going to be it. Gaucher does not. Poplarville is not. Now, Poplarville, Picayune, PRC, Talking Ball, y'all, the app, it's free. I have it, and you can listen to it, either one of them. Of course, PRC is at Picayune, so both crews are there. And then Poplarville at Columbia, again, Talking Ball, y'all, app. You can download it for free and listen to it for free, those games. But I will have game updates on Facebook as much as I can, but mostly it's going to be on X/Twitter at Coast Football. So I appreciate everybody joining us for this pregame show, as we're just about 35 minutes away from kickoff, and these other pregame shows will be coming on. As I mentioned, Ocean Springs Stone will have their live streams. Pascagoula is closer to 7 o'clock. They'll come on. I believe Gulfport also. Gulfport, they live stream their regular season game. It does cost $750 a live stream playoff game. So I would think Gulfport will still have their playoff game streamed. So appreciate everybody to join us and come back for the post-game show. And hopefully we'll have more teams winning than not winning, but it's still great to have to be in the playoffs for the 14 teams, plus the 3 teams from last week, Bay, St. Stanislaus, and Pass Christian. Unfortunately, they lost, but still to make the playoffs is great. So I'm Matt Stats from Coast Football, and we'll be back after tonight's games. I'm out.